about other people's goals and never thinking about their own goals. Can I tell you something I've realized this week? Let me tell you something. So I literally just finished the Myron Golden Make More Offers Challenge, and I was listening to his bonus videos, and my biggest takeaway was that one of the biggest reasons people are staying stuck is because they spend all day thinking about other people's goals, thinking about other people's thoughts and opinions instead of their own. Like, when was the last time you actually thought about what you want, what you want your future to look like? When was the last time? You know? Yeah. So I think what stood out to me was that if you work for someone else, you're thinking about their business all day. This is what he said in his in his bonus videos, that the average person goes to work about 8 hours a day. So someone, a business owner, has paid you a little bit of money just so you can think about their business for 8 hours a day. What's that? What's 8 times 5? 40 hours. Is 8 times 5 40? Yeah. Wait. 8 times 7, that's 5. Guys, you study economics. I think I should know this. Okay, let's just say that, it's 40. Thank you, Will. So, so a business owner is paying you a little bit of money just to think about their business for 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week. They're just paying you a little bit of money just so you can basically spend your whole life caring about something that they've created. Will says, where can I get this job? Why you want this job? You want this job? Is that what you want? Why do you work more than 40 hours a day in your current job? So like, if you're working for someone else, you're just thinking about their business all day. So they've paid you that money to think about their business for 8 hours a day. Only it's not 8 hours a day, because let's say you take 1 hour of transport to get there. Maybe on the transport you're doing some work on the way to work, right? But you're thinking about all the things you have to do when you get to work, right? So that's 1 hour added. So that's actually 9 hours you're thinking about someone else's business a day. And then let's say it takes you 1 hour to get back home. So then now you're just like decompressing, still thinking a little bit about work. So now it's actually 10 hours a day that you're thinking about someone else's business. And then you come home and you watch Netflix, maybe you watch a little bit of the telly. So now you're thinking about the ideas of the people who created the show. Will says 10 bomber hours. Yeah. 10 hours. Yeah. That's the truth. Like, that's the reality. That's the reality. And it's someone who's paid you to work on their business that they've delegated, and now they're somewhere on the beach sipping their pina colada whilst you're slaving away for 10 hours a day. Right, so anyways, 10 hours a day. So then you come home, then you watch Netflix, you watch the telly. So now you're thinking about the ideas of the people who created that show for your entertainment slash for your entertainment, but also, like, you're not just watching it to be entertained, you're also watching it to kind of escape, I guess. And then you're scrolling social media and consuming other people's content. So let's say you've watched Netflix for an hour. I don't really know anyone who just watches Netflix for 1 hour. Like, I think it's a bit more. Okay, but let's just say call it 1 hour, right? So that's 11 hours. So then you scroll on social media. Let's call that another hour, 12 hours. Then you need to have some dinner. Maybe you might speak to your family at home. That's another hour, 13 hours, right? Then maybe you're worrying about what other people think about you. Let's call that another hour, 14 hours. And then you have 10 hours left of the day, of which 8 hours you probably want to be sleeping for. And by the time you know it, an entire day has just passed and you haven't even spent 10 minutes thinking about your own future because you've just been so concerned about everybody else, right? And that's just like how your life has been engineered, okay? Yeah. Basically, be the creator. Yes, because God is the creator. God is like a creative. He is a creative and he created us in his own image. We are also creatives too. Notice how every time you consume more than you create value, you feel crap with yourself. You don't feel good about yourself. Like when you scroll on social media, notice how your mood and then you've just come out of a doom scroll loop. Notice how your mood is not the best. Like you feel irritated and ratty and upset with yourself. Like you've sinned. It almost has the same consequences as sinning. Because it is a sin. Because it's you like neglecting your responsibilities and not being a good steward like God has commanded us to be. Okay, Will says, I have major writer's block right now. Do you know what is amazing? What really helps writer's block? So Myron Golden, so he is an author as well. And on his Make More Offers challenge, he was talking about his book because there were quite a few people on there talking about quite a few people were writing their own books. So he's published like a few books already, Myron Golden. And he was saying how, do you know what the greatest solution to writer's block is? The greatest solution to writer's block is the let me tell you the greatest solution to writer's block. This is like he put it so plainly. If you knew that your book would be a bestseller and it would sell out and make you a millionaire, right? If you knew, like when you publish this book, you're going to be a millionaire, would that make you write the book faster? I think the answer is yes. Like, Will, if this book was to make you a millionaire, I think that writer's block would go away because then you know, oh my gosh, let me write this book fast so I can get the millions. Like, say bye bye to writer's block. Okay. Hey, Wappy here. I've texted you on IG. Amazing. I'll have a look at that later. Yes, wow. Yes, true. Will, Chloe, I think you should write a book. Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, it's definitely on my list of things. Well, it's not on my list of things to do, but it's definitely like something that I would love to do. Will, yes, yeah. The writer's block would go away. Mary, yes, I think so too. Will, Chloe, write a book in helping dentists get more leads. Yeah, I could. But I feel like that's something I would do once I have gotten them more leads. Let me get them more leads and get the money now. Let's see. Because I'm just trying to prioritize the thing that will make me the money the quickest. So that I can go on. Because, like, if I was to write something, it would be to write my films. I'd love to write my films. Okay. Well, my main problem is that I usually write fiction. And this is non-fiction. But non-fiction is like just what is it about though? Because if it's about your life, Will, that is so easy. Will, if it's about your life, you've already done the living. You know, you've already done the living. All you're doing is reporting back. You're just writing out what it is that has already happened. Mary, as that's who you're helping. Well, it's about a lot. Okay, so if it's about a lot, then it means you have a lot to write about. So start writing. Don't overthink it. Don't make it perfect. Like just write down what's in your brain, and that will be so satisfying because then it's like not in your head anymore. It's now on the paper or on the computer. Yes, Will. It's true. It's true. But guys, I've realized I've done this myself, because I've got big dreams around acting, filmmaking, business, creativity. Like I want to be a business and creative mogul. Wait, I feel like I'm saying that in a Nigerian accent. Mogul. 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 I think that's how you say it in a British accent. Mogul. I've been saying mogul. Uh, but yeah, because I have big, big dreams. I have big dreams. I want to make amazing, I want to make heart, soul touching films. I want to make films where people can really identify themselves with the characters in the films, and it's going to like transform their lives. It's going to inspire them and impact them so much that they're going to stop living in the hell they're living in and just realize that enough is enough. They're going to start wanting more for themselves, more from their lives, you know. You prefer the Nigerian. Sounds better Nigerian. You guys. Thank you. But yeah, so I've got these big dreams, you know, but if I and I wanna like I love to act, I love to dance, I love to sing. I love to like make these films and star in these films. But if I spend all my time consuming and never creating, then I'm just gonna help everyone else build their own dream whilst I neglect my dream. And I think, oh, no, that's not a life I want to live. That's not a life I want to live. Will says, go write that screenplay. Yeah. Go dance. Yes. Exactly. Exactly. You know? Exactly. Thank you so much. Go sing. I will go and sing. Thank you. But guys, what's one idea that you've had that you've been putting off because you're worried about what? I don't know. What is it you're worried about? Like, are you worried about what other people will think? Because this is what Myron Golden is saying. Haters and broke people are always worried about what other people think because they're always thinking about other people's ideas and they never have time to sit down and think about their own future, think about their own ideas. Because if you're writing a book, right, then you're going to think, what's going to help me write my book the most? What's going to help me promote? And then once you've written the book, what's going to help you um, promote the book? Like, if you're not used to being loud on social media and promoting yourself, making noise on social media, then I feel like that's something that you're going to have to start learning how to do, you know, and not be concerned about like other people judging you and stuff like that because you're so focused on your book and you know that it's going to make you millions that you spend all your time thinking about how can I get more people to buy this book and be impacted by this book? How can I impact more people through this book? You know, hi Rinby. Will, I actually want to write another fiction book and actually publish it because that's my true passion. Yeah. Why are you doing nonfiction then? Why are you doing nonfiction if you want to do fiction? Yeah. So anyways, guys, we need to close because I need to go to Instagram. Oh my gosh, I told myself 10 minutes. So I think one of the biggest mindset shifts. What book are you talking about? We're talking about our own book. We're talking about the dreams, passions, and desires that we want to do. And Will here is talking about he wants to write this book. Will says, I believe that I have to write this book because God gave me a message. Yes, that's amazing. That's amazing. Okay, so it's like the desire of your heart is maybe like a little bit different to what God has like asked you to do. Well, then like brainstorm with God, ask God, because I don't understand why you can't infiltrate this same message God has given you in fiction. You know, like like some of the greatest books that have been written have been fiction and with the greatest messages, like the Book of Narnia. Isn't that literally the gospel? It's the gospel, but in a fictional story. You know, so I understand why that same message can't be in this fiction book that you want to write. Yeah, you know, because that is powerful. It's powerful because people love imagination and like being taken to a different world, a different realm. And so instead of the message behind that being empty, then you actually have that message from God infiltrated in within the story. I think that's beautiful. But ask God and like pray, how he wants you to deliver that message. Okay. Wape, okay, I have one. I give back to the world like every month, and I like buy food in bulk and give to the needy, but here in my country people criticize and demotivate. Um I give back to the world. Yeah, people criticize me. Well, then you have to like. The thing is, you can't pay attention to what other people have to say. Like, there's people who are criticizing and demotivating you. Look at their lives, observe their lives, and think, do I want to live their lives? Like, would I want to live the life that they're living? If the answer is no, then you probably shouldn't consider what they have to say. Like, you probably shouldn't apply what they're criticizing you about, because you want to take advice from people who are where you want to be in life. Well, why didn't I just write both at the same time? You could do anything you want to do. You can do anything you want to do. But I've been reading this book called The One Thing, and it's all about like human beings were not designed to multitask. Human beings were not designed to multitask. It's about focusing on the one thing as opposed to putting all your eggs in one basket. It's like laying down tracks. If you just focus on one track and laying down all the tracks in one track, you're going to finish that task much faster as opposed to trying to lay down two train tracks. So then you lay down one here, you lay down one here, you lay down one there, then you lay down the next one there. And then you're working on two things at the same time. So then your progress is much slower, you know? Whereas, like, if you consider you're already doing work, you already go to the gym, you already go for your swimming, there's only so much you can do in one day. And then also, like, you think about, you want to be able to, like, be thinking about this all the time. So I feel like you need to focus on the one thing that will progress you the most. Jerome! Oh my gosh. I love how you put in the chat. I love how you've done that, because I can literally imagine you screaming right now. How are you, Jerome? We're just talking about I'm literally just talking about what I learned. Samantha is in the chat. Oh my gosh, Samantha, how are you? Jerome, I love it. I love your fire, Jerome. I love your fire. I've literally just been talking about the things we've been learning in the Myron Golden Make More Office Challenge. And I was listening to, the VIP videos and the VIP bonus videos. And I was just saying how my biggest takeaway, I was listening to Millionaire Mindset Part 3. And like one of the biggest mindset shifts is just to stop spending all your time consuming other people's ideas and start creating your own and spending more time thinking about your own ideas and your own thoughts, because your future changes when you seriously just start taking your own ideas seriously. Yeah? Amazing. Where did you go? You look very nice. Thank you. No, I just dressed up for today's live. It's a big gem, Jerome. It's a big gem. But the Make More Office challenge was so amazing, wasn't it? Yeah, go watch it. Definitely go and watch it. But yeah, guys, I need to move on to Instagram Live. I need to go to Instagram Live now, quickly. I said I would only be 10 minutes on this YouTube Live, but I've now spent 20 minutes. And Jerome, it was incredible. It was incredible. Yeah, guys, it was incredible. But guys, if you are struggling with procrastination, you have no idea how to make money, you have no idea how to make offers, you have no idea how business works, you're stuck, you're lacking guidance, you have no idea what to do, I really encourage you to check out Myron Golden's Make More Office challenge. Go on his challenge. You can message me on Instagram DMs. You can DM me, just say, or here in the chat, say challenge. just say challenge in the chat. And then on Instagram, I'll send you the link to Myron Golden's Make More Offers Challenge. But it's absolutely fantastic. You know, like I've gone from having no idea how to make money at all, no idea like what to do, where to go, what business to start, what problems do people need solving, how the world even works, how the world of money even works, to actually making my first sale and like moving towards success and living the life of my dreams and being able to fund the things that I need to do. I'm really lacking guidance financially. Lacking, you mean? Do you mean lacking? Yeah. If you need that, yeah, it's that financial guidance because school doesn't teach you this. School doesn't teach you this. Wappy, Wappy. Okay, I will text you on the Instagram DM. I'll send you the link to his challenge. Really helpful. It's helped me so much. I love how you said that. It's lacking financial guidance. That's exactly what it is. Because a lot of the times people don't know. Like our parents don't know. Our teachers don't know. Because people are like working their 9 to 5. You know, 9 to 5 is dead. I feel like it's 9 to 6 now. 9 to 6. People are working their corporate jobs and, you know, just conditioned to pay, like to spend their time and then to be paid for their time, you know, when your time is more valuable than money. So yeah, amazing, guys. Anyways, if you're still wanting to continue this discussion about living the life of your dreams and going from broke to billionaire, then yeah, I will see you on Instagram live. Right, thank you also, Wape. You messaged accountability in TikTok, so I'll send you the details for my early money accountability group as well. Don't mind my English, it's African English. It's okay. Don't worry. All right, guys, I'm going to Instagram now. See you. Jerome, if you're still watching, Jerome, we need to do an Instagram live. We need to do an Instagram live, and I would love to have you on my podcast to showcase you to the young people on my podcast. All right, guys, I'm going to Instagram live now. See you on Instagram live. Bye.